So what else is going on, people?
Well, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Let's talk about my cool hangover that I am currently suffering right now.
Okay.
So, I feel bad. I was just coming in, I was coming in the door as I saw that this podcast was starting, and I'm like, I really shouldn't because I want to be dead, but I also would like money. So I came on, which is really my mindset every single week, but this time it was more so because I actually felt sick.
You need money for that.
What series of events led you to this night of debauchery that I'm sure followed this morning of agony?
Well,
You mean preceded?
That's right.
Right, okay.
Watching too much Matthew Matosis. Use the wrong words.
Well, I went out partying last night with Juan, who I talked about last week because of the Angels for Ivan thing. And by the way, thank you everybody. There was like $1,000 bump, and it's only been a couple days.
That's great.
So that's really cool. And
Holy
fucking
shit.
Juan was really happy, and he loved me, and people liked me. So it worked. People like me now. People think that I'm good. I fooled them.
It's nice. We have this weird little clusterfuck of a podcast about nothing. It's nice that something good happened because of it for once.
Yeah. I gotta finish chewing my hangover cracker.
We're the reason humanity is dying, but
we're
not
the reason
today.
people are dying.
But not today.
Except Ivan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Ivan, the one person who won't die because of this podcast. He'll be the last man left.
The only one who'll be
Last
spared.
man standing. So I went out partying with Juan and also my friend Dylan because it was his birthday. So we were at the fucking bar. We went to this cool bar where like we didn't have chairs. I mean, there was a table, but then there was also like a stand-up thing. I was at the standing up part, so I felt cool because I'm like, yeah, I'm standing up at the food eating my pizza thing. So that was cool. And like, so then there were drinks and stuff. Like I don't drink or I don't like drinking ever. It's bad. I hate it. I don't like being drunk. I don't like after being drunk.
I feel the same way more or less, even though I drink sometimes.
Yeah, but I also am really desperate for approval. So I can't turn down a drink ever. I can't turn down anything. If someone says we're drinking, I'm like, well, I'm drinking the most.
Yep.
It's me. It's good old G. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna be the coolest guy here, and everyone's gonna like me.
The coolest, drunkest guy.
Exactly. Which really is synonymous. So
I feel you.
I was drinking. I did some tequila shots with the salt on the hand, and then I went to the place and I got this thing called a Man with No Name, which is like some kind of whiskey drink, but the ice cube was like a big round ice ball. It looked like a ball of ice. It was really cool.
I've always wanted one of those.
And as I was drinking it, sort of like the poison in the alcohol was like melting into the ice cube, ice ball, and it created like a ridge around the circumference of the ice ball, so it looked like the Death Star. So that was really cool. So I got another one of those because I liked that it was a Death Star kind of looking thing. Then I got this fucking this dragon fruit fucking red fruity beer drink, and that was fucking tasty. And even after all that, I was doing fine. I was feeling, I was loosey-goosey. I was making jokes. I was being cool. I'm just walking around like, hey, I'm just being cool. I'm just being cool. And, everyone was telling me that I'm cool because of the podcast. My friends, by the way, didn't even know that I have a podcast because I'm so ashamed of this part of my life normally that I haven't told anyone in my real world anything about what I do. I never post like shit on Facebook. No one knows anything, and that's how I like it.
Yeah.
So they didn't even know that I had a podcast until I said, "Hey," I shouted out Ivan on the thing. So that was cool. So they were proud of me for telling people about the GoFundMe, and also proud of me for having a podcast, which they didn't know.
It's a double
before.
whammy.
That's nice.
It's only been going for 3 years.
So I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so even after that, I was feeling good. I took some selfies in the bar. My friend had these cool geckos. I took a picture of one. I was like, look at this fucking gecko boy. I put that on shit on Instagram
gecko,
and
please.
stuff. Oh, it's on Instagram. I gecko-grammed.
That's the single most interesting thing in the last half hour.
Mage out for blood today. Mage is the reason people are dying. She's murdering them with her vicious words.
So I was feeling fine till we got back to the apartment. But then this girl who
that's trouble right there.
Oh yeah, this girl who I referred to all night as Facey Woman because she had a face and she was a woman. And like
typical.
Like
fucking typical.
Because, like, it was a face that I knew that I had seen. Like, I knew that I've met this person probably 11 times before. I recognized her face, but I didn't know her name until someone said it. And, like, oh, that's your name. I've just been calling you Facey Woman this whole time. And then that caught on, and then everyone started calling her Facey Woman.
Oh, I bet she loved that.
But, oh, yeah. So, but
she does have a face.
She does have a face. It was a cool face. She's a cool face person. So she was like baby bouncing this jug of like potion, this drank, this like fucking this snot juice or baby slime or whatever.
Dandling it,
yeah,
on her knee.
And so she was going around and she started like pouring that into people's agape mouths, like chickens looking up and drowning in a rainstorm. So I allowed that to happen to me a few times, and that's when everything went crazy. And when I get drunk enough, I become God. So I was sitting there, I was doing the jokes, I was saying the cool things, I was making everybody laugh, but of course sometimes I'm too funny for normal people, I guess.
Yeah.
Because because I was telling my jokes, I might have let fly a couple of cool N-bombs, and some wacky F-bombs,
They were cool.
Yeah.
And some
You're painting
silly,
a picture here.
Yeah, and some colorful rape jokes or something. I don't know. Not a lot of rape jokes, just an appropriate amount, I would say.
Yeah. Whatever you think the right amount is, it was that amount.
Yeah, but I began to notice like a slight shift in the room, and it's like, guys, come on. This isn't the internet. You don't have to pretend to be offended by things.
Indeed.
It's okay to laugh at N-bombs and stuff. But no one believes me because the world has gone crazy. And really, it's not that everyone was offended, but there was this one guy sitting next to me on the couch, this one cuck who fucking...
Damn.
Like, I don't know, I said something that was too funny for him. I said, like, a rape joke or something.
Yeah.
And he slapped me in the face.
No
like,
fucking way.
What?
Yeah, and, like...
All right, well, that's uncalled for.
It wasn't like a hard slap, but it was hard enough to be annoying.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. That's
You don't-
straight
you
up
don't-
escalating
you
to
don't
violence.
Do that.
Oh,
you don't do that.
Yeah, and I said, whoa, what was that for? And he just did it again. And I'm like,
What
okay,
the fuck?
what are you doing? Why? I didn't say anything.
Oh
What are you
my
doing? And
God.
and he did it like 3 or 4 times. He kept like slapping, and again, like it wasn't like hard,
What?
like really painful slaps, but it was
Yeah,
hard
yeah,
enough
yeah.
that
trying
it
to
became
get you to
really
punch him in the
annoying.
fucking face? Like,
It
what
seems
the
Yeah,
like
fuck?
it. It seems like
that's
it.
what everybody does. Everybody wants to get punched. Everybody wants to fuck with me everywhere I go. I don't know why. No matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, there's always one fucking person who just can't handle it. One person who doesn't understand that I'm just being cool and has to get their undies twisted. Because I guess I just intimidate people with my overwhelming charisma. So they have to find some way to try and tear me down to alleviate that sense of worthlessness they feel in my shadow. So he kept doing it a couple times until finally I had to put some dad in my voice and went, stop!
Some dad.
This party will become not fun if you hit me one more time, I promise. So then he stopped, and so that guy was gay.
Yeah.
But, nah, he was all right. We became friends, I guess. Not really. I hope he dies. But I feel many ways about many things.
If you got a fucking problem, you say, like, hey, man, not to be a buzzkill or anything, but I'm personally offended.
But
you
my
fucking
wife is black and
use
is a
your-
rape victim,
I
so the
mean,
jokes are a little
use your
bit sore on me.
fucking words in these situations.
I mean, even that
I believe
would have been like if I made a joke and someone was like, "Oh man, that offends me because of this reason," or like, "Hey, there's a fucking black guy right next to you and he feels bad because you said that word 50 times in one sentence," then I would be like, "Okay, I'm sorry."
Yeah, you don't go from silent to fucking slapping a guy.
Silent to violent,
Silent to violent.
Yeah,
Chris
There
Benoit.
you go.
I just can't. There is no words that can come out of someone's face that I think a slap is an appropriate response to ever.
Agreed.
I guess something like, if you don't stop me now, I will assassinate your dad, or something like that.
No. What if they say slap me?
I'm not gonna slap
Well,
somebody just because they
Yeah,
told me
I don't want
to.
to go there.
I'll need some cajoling. I'll need some cajoling to follow through on that.
What if they say I'll pay you to slap me?
That's the cajoling I'm looking for.
It's weird to me because, like, you can tell that nobody in the room is really offended. Like, most people are laughing. Everybody's, like, having a good time. But, like, there's this sense in people that they have to pretend to be offended.
Absolutely,
And they
yeah.
just have to play along with the idea of, like, oh, you can't say that.
You know-
And it's like, you're not offended. Stop pretending and don't touch me.
Well, it's not even that there's a offense at that point. It's that they're afraid to laugh.
Yeah.
Because what's everybody else gonna think? This can't be funny to me, even though it's fucking great.
And maybe it's also like a virtue signaling thing of they want to be like, hey, just so everyone knows, I'm not cool with this, so,
That's a part, for sure.
I don't even get what it was that I said that set him off, because it's not like I was just spewing this torrent of outrageous, hateful shit. I know how to read the room. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's just a minor aside. That's not like a whole big thing. We started playing games. We started, drinking more of that baby slime out of the tap. And, we were playing Liar's Dice, like Orlando Bloom in Pirates of the Caribbean Part 2.
Nice.
Anyways, then I started puking. I was puking all over the fucking place. By which I mean the toilet, because I'm pretty swift when I feel a puke coming. I can get... I can weave in and out of people and slalom my way to the bathroom.
Oh, the word slalom.
Would you say you're a man who can handle his puke?
The last time I heard that word slalom was like in the Flintstones cartoon. And I never knew what it meant. Now I do.
I just know it because of the impossible driver tutorial on PlayStation 1 where you gotta fucking do all that shit in the garage on the first level and slalom your way through the fucking pillars.
That is such a weird word.
It is.
I don't think I've ever heard that word
slalom. Like no one should ever say that.
Is it not related to skiing? Is there a slope involved?
Yeah, it's a skiing thing.
Okay,
It's like
okay.
I knew it was some kind of Olympic winter sport thing.
Yeah, it's just like weaving in and out of.
Okay.
I know it happens to everybody. Like everybody knows that everybody pukes when they drink. But like you never want to be the guy who's the pukey guy at the party while it's happening.
No.
You want to be able to hold it in until you're alone.
No.
The next day, like I am now. Oh,
when
shit.
someone starts puking, that's when everyone's like, "Oh dear, boy."
It signals the third act of any good party.
I mean, the best way to puke at a party is to you be like a dog who knows he's not long for this world, so you crawl under the porch to just die alone, so no one can see you. You gotta get out of there before anyone knows you're puking. Puke in silence, and hopefully come back and you're like, hey,
or come
nothing
back
happened.
and be like, hey, I puked, but I'm okay. Don't worry. Like, because I've been to a lot.
Yeah.
Like when me and my friends used to drink a
But
lot.
it's not always
like,
possible.
There
It's
would
not
always
possible
be.
to do that.
It's not just that somebody would start puking. It's that they would become bad. Like the moment when somebody gets to a point where everyone else is worried about them, that's when the party's dead.
Yeah.
Because it sobers you up. Like if you're not drunk enough to be that guy, then you will become sober by wanting to help that guy,
Yeah, well my whole thing is that just like I have a deep-seated need to be the coolest guy in the room at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
So like I will drink more than anyone. I will drink anything anyone gives me. If somebody says to me, like, I won't do something, like, you won't drink this much, I'll be like, oh, you said the wrong thing to me, Buster.
Whoa, with the hard R.
I don't know. It's a Leo thing. I just gotta be the guy. I'm really into astrology. Also, that's my new thing.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
What?
Not really.
Where did that come from?
Well, I was watching the Orville, and there was an episode about like a planet of people who are like obsessed with astrology, and they do like a genocide thing of people who were born under a certain sign. So I was watching that, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good society. That'd be cool. I would like to get rid of all the Scorpios. That'd be awesome.
No.
My dad's a Scorpio. Poor bastard.
Riveting.
You would kill me. You would kill me. That hurts, man.
Well, you'd thank him for it, Tom.
Are you a Scorpion, Tom?
I am a Scorpio, yeah.
Everyone, signs. Me, Aries, fire sign, best sign.
I'm a Cancer. I think that's water. I think.
Leo, Lion, King of the Jungle, best guy.
Taurus, Earth. Glad it's not water.
Did
Do you know Digi? Any idea?
Digi's also a Leo.
Leo. Okay.
Where'd he go?
I guess he's dead. Okay.
Digi!
I was trying to think of a way to transition out instead of giving an answer, but I didn't come up with anything in time.
Too late.
Trapped. Outplayed.
Well, what else happened then, Joe?
Go on.
So I would be like hanging out and be like, oh, make way, people, it's pukey time. And then I got up and I would like rush off. I would dart to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. It was definitely a dart motion. Like I would whoosh. And I did that like 2 or 3 times, I think, over the course of the night. Like, and one of the times when I was in there puking, I was like, well, I'm in here, I might as well poop too. So I pooped on my puke, and that was pretty cool.
God damn. All right.
You flushed more than once.
Because, like, normally I would never poop in another person's house, but if they think I'm in there puking, then I have, carte blanche to secretly poop while I'm at it.
That's true.
Secretly poop. No one will ever know.
Yeah, so then, I came out, and then the party was starting to thin, and people were leaving, so then it was just me and my friend, so, me and my friend started having, like, emotional real talk, and that's miserable for all parties involved.
Yep.
And no one wants to do that, but it's just a part of the party. You have to do it at some point. It's like a ritual for men, I guess. Men who otherwise fucking just push everything down all day for their whole lives. You gotta have that drunk meeting of the minds at every party at least once.
Yep.
With your genuine brogan. So, I don't know. So then that was the party, and then I woke up in the morning choking on my own vomit like fucking AC/DC, and so then I fucking went, and we stopped at McDonald's on the way home, and I got an orange juice, and I don't know why the fuck I did that. Because then I came home and started the podcast, and then I immediately had to disappear for 15 minutes to fucking vomit up orange juice, and it was acidy, and it hurt, and it tastes bad, and now I'm drinking tea, but now the tea tastes like vomit and orange juice because it's coating the inside of my mouth. Ugh. And that's my grumbly story about how hungover and sad I am.
Incredible.
Not bad.
But I would do it all again if somebody told me that they would like me.